Hello and welcome to Wanderland, and welcome to Wandering in Wonderland with me. My name is Dallas. It's very nice to meet you. So what we're going to start doing is visiting different National Trust properties each week all around the UK. So today, our first episode, we're at Cliveden House, right here, Cliveden Estate Manor, and I'm going to just wander you around the estate and show you what there is, tell you a little bit about the history here, and we'll see what we get up to in Wanderland together. So come along with me down that rabbit hole and we will check it out. Cliveden House, owned by the National Trust, is part of the iconic luxury hotels collection, just 40 miles from London and 25 miles from Heathrow Airport. The story spans over 350 years with powerful personalities, iconic parties, and scandalous affairs. It was even a hospital during the First World War. Acquired by the second Duke of Buckingham in 1666, the estate consisted of 160 acres and 2 small lodges. He had grand plans to have a place to entertain his mistress and friends in style in a location close to London. This incarnation survived for over 100 years before being destroyed by a fire in 1795. Rebuilt in 1824, the second building unfortunately saw the same fate, being destroyed in 1849. 2 years later, a new house was commissioned, and this, for the most part, the Cliveden we see today. In the latter decades of the 18th century, further significant changes and modifications were made to Cliveden by both the Duke of Westminster and later the American billionaire Lord Astor. The grounds here at Cliveden, I tell you, they just go on forever, which makes sense because before Cliveden House was much of anything, it was a hunting lodge. And it was first started to be built in 1666. You might recognize that date. That is the date of the Great Fire in London. So something else that it kind of sounds the same. I don't even know where I'm going with this, other than the fact that this place has been built 3 times now because it burnt down twice. Can you believe it? I tell you, what did they used to do in the olden days? Everything would burn down. Well, whew, it's a windy day out here. But yes, there's a rich and varied history. There's even a little bit of scandal. So I want you to stick with me and we will find out a little bit more about this place together. William Waldorf Astor, a well-known American millionaire, bought Cliveden in 1893 for $1.2 million. The estate entered a new era with the arrival of the Astors, who were a household name and put Cliveden firmly on the society map. He remodeled many of the rooms within the house, including enlarging the Great Hall and installing the wooden staircase. Right behind me are the doors to the French dining room. I can't wait to show you what it looks like inside of there. I think you'll be very impressed. In 1897, when William Waldorf Astor was in Paris, he purchased the so-called French dining room from the Château des Asnières, which exactly matched the size of the dining room at Cliveden. He purchased all of the panels and had them shipped directly over to this estate, and they installed them into what we see now, just a beautiful, beautiful French dining room. Astor's eldest son, Waldorf, married Nancy Langholm in 1906, and the couple received Cliveden as a wedding gift. Cliveden entered a new glittering era as a venue for many parties hosted by the Astors. Cliveden became one of the centers of the European political and literary life, with guests from Lloyd George, Winston Churchill to George Bernard Shaw, Gandhi, and Charlie Chaplin, enjoying the lavish hospitality. Even Meghan Markle stayed here the night before her wedding to Prince Harry. In 1961, at the pool, the Secretary of State for War met and started an affair with a young model, who was also linked romantically with a Russian spy, thus ensuing a scandal that helped to bring down the British government at this time. Right behind me is called the Octagon Temple, and it was started to be built in 1735, and originally it was just used more or less as a tea room, a place where the guests of the manor could take tea when they've taken long hikes and stuff around the grounds. But then they decided to turn it into a beautiful ornate chapel. So what I'd like to do now is take you inside and we can both check it out together. In 1897, William Waldorf Astor proposed the idea of converting the tea room into a splendid private chapel. The work involved major structural alterations to change the former two-story building into a double-height space. It boasts an inlaid polished stone floor, stained glass windows, and vibrant glass mosaics covering the walls. The chapel also contains the remains of the Astor family. Well, that was really special to go inside of that chapel, and that was the Astor's final resting place as well. So yes, very glad I got to go in there and take you with me. So come on, let's go find some more stuff before the rain starts. In front of me, what it looks like just a clock tower, it's actually a water tank as well. I tell you, they knew how to multitask back then. In the former gardens, you can enjoy 80 acres of year-round interest and color, from the bedding schemes of the geometric parterre, hundreds of roses in the rose garden, an oriental-inspired water garden, to Lord Astor's sculpture collection and the impressive Cliveden maze. There are spaces for everyone to enjoy a quiet reflection or time with loved ones. Something really special to do here is have afternoon tea while you overlook the beautiful grounds at Cliveden House. I made my reservations directly with the estate, and please check out my vlog. It should be out on Friday. If you're interested in going to the free house tour, check into the information center as soon as you get there. Cliveden has a great gift shop, plenty of restrooms, and a lovely little plant store to bring them home for your enjoyment. I wanted to thank you for coming along on this first adventure of National Trust Properties with me.
And I really had a great time here at Clevedon House. I'm gonna call it every different name possible, I have a feeling. Cliveden House, Cliveden House, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say, I think, I hope so. Well, thank you very much for coming along with me, and I hope you enjoyed your adventure as much as I have. I'm sure these are going to get a lot better as we go along, and as I'm more comfortable doing this for you. New genre, something different. But it's okay, this is Wanderland, right? Well, I will see you next time down the rabbit hole. And I'm thinking these will be released on Tuesdays. So I'll see you Tuesday down that rabbit hole. Bye-bye.